Welcome back. Today we'll do the problems on the transversal and parallel lines. Okay. So first we'll see what is a transversal. So what is a transversal? A line which intersects two or more lines at distinct points. Here distinct means at two different points is called a transversal. So in the first figure you see we have two lines. They are non-intersecting lines, and the third line N intersecting the two lines at 2 points. So represent them as P and Q. See, what is the definition? A line, here the line is N, intersects two lines L and M, intersects two lines L and M at distinct points, at different points. See, this line is intersecting the first line at P and second line at Q, is called transversal. Okay, now similarly if you go to the second one, this S is a transversal because this S is intersecting the three lines at three distinct points A, B, C. So this is a transversal. Then after that, a line which intersects two or more lines at distinct points is called a transversal. So here we don't have any transversal because all the three lines are intersecting at one point. So in the third case we don't have any transversal. They are intersecting lines, or we say they are concurrent lines. Okay, so this is completed. So next concept is angle made by the transversal. See, first this is a transversal, N is a transversal, L and M are parallel lines. Okay, so now first in angle made by the transversal we have different angles. One is vertically opposite angles, corresponding, alternate. Okay, so we have different angles, but before going to that, first we write interior angles and exterior angles. Interior angles. See, what are interior angles? The angles which are between two lines. The angles which are between two parallel lines are interior angles. So what are interior angles? Angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, angle 6 are interior angles. What are exterior angles? Exterior angles are the angles which are outside the line, that is angle 1, angle 2, angle 7 and angle 8 are exterior angles. Then after that we write vertically opposite angles in this. Vertically opposite angles. So what are vertically opposite angles here? 4 and 2, 1 and 3. Okay, on line L with respect to transversal, 1 and 3 are vertically opposite, 2 and 4 are vertically opposite. Remember, these vertically opposite angles are always equal. So first we write vertically opposite angles. Angle 1, angle 3, then angle 2, angle 4 are vertically opposite angles, right? Then after that, when it comes to the other line M, so what are the vertically opposite angles in this case? Angle 5, angle 7. Angle 5, angle 7. Then angle 6 and angle 8 are vertically opposite angles. Okay, so this is completed. Next one. See, now we see corresponding angles. What are corresponding angles? Corresponding angles are those angles, the angle should lie on the same side of a transversal. See, angle should lie on the same side of a transversal. So same side, either left side or right side. So angle should lie on the same side of a transversal, and one is exterior, one is interior. See, one is exterior, one is interior, or one is interior, the other one is exterior. What are corresponding angles? The angles which are on the same side of a transversal, one is exterior and one is interior, or one is interior, the other one is exterior. So here in this we have different types of corresponding angles we have. Remember, all the corresponding angles are equal. That means angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. Okay, angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles, and the corresponding angles are always equal. So here also one is exterior, one is interior, and on the same side. So here also angle 2 is equal to angle 6. Corresponding angles are equal. Similarly here angle 4 is equal to angle 8, and here angle 3 is equal to angle 7. Okay, so remember, always the corresponding angles are equal. Okay, next topic is interior and exterior alternate angles. Okay, so here first we see interior alternate angles. So the first two figures shows interior alternate angles. See, the angle should be interior and it should be alternate. See, alternate means what? One angle is on one side, the other angle is on the other side, right? One angle is on one side and other angle is on the other side, and both are interior. Okay, remember, the interior alternate angles are equal. So here 3 is equal to 5. Angle 3 is equal to angle 5. And the next one is also interior alternate angle. So here angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Okay, so next one. So now next one is exterior alternate. Exterior alternate means the angles are outside the line, outside the parallel lines. Okay, these are the two parallel lines, outside the line or above the line, and both are on the opposite side, on either side. So here angle 2 is equal to angle 8, exterior alternate, and here angle 1 is equal to angle 7. This is also exterior alternate angles. Remember, interior alternate angles are equal and exterior alternate angles are equal. Yeah. So now interior angles on the same side of a transversal. See, interior angles on the same side, angle 4 and angle 5 are the two angles which are interior and are on the same side of a transversal. Okay, the second figure, same thing, interior angles on the same side of a transversal. Remember, the sum of interior angles on the same side of a transversal is 180 degrees. Okay, see, the sum of interior angles, the sum of interior angles on the same side, of transversal, is 180 degrees. So angle 4 plus angle 5 180 degrees. Similarly on the other side, angle 3 plus angle 6 is also 180 degrees. So this is a transversal concept. So using this transversal concept we have problems. Now we will solve those problems. So the first problem in exercise 7 is, in the adjacent figure the lines L and M are parallel. See, these are two parallel lines. N is a transversal. So this is a transversal intersecting two lines, L and M, at two distinct points. Fill in the blanks for all the situations given below. See, now angle 1 is given as 80 degrees and is asking angle 2. Angle 1 is 80 and we need to find angle 2. Remember, angle 1 plus angle 2. This angle 1 and angle 2 forms a linear pair because this line L is passing through N also. Okay, so this is a straight line. This is a linear pair. So angle 1 plus angle 2 180 degrees. Angle 1 plus angle 2 is 180 degrees. What is angle 1? We have 80 degrees. So 80 degrees plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. So angle 2 will be 180 degrees minus 80 degrees, that comes to 100 degrees. So angle 2 is what? It is 100 degrees. Okay, so this is completed. Now third one we have angle 345 and is asking angle 7. See, angle 345 we have to find out angle 7. Angle 3 and angle 7 are interior alternate angles. See, angle 3 and angle 7 are equal. Why? Because they are interior alternate angles. Interior alternate angles. So what is angle 7? Angle 7 is directly 45 degrees. Okay, this is over. Then next one is angle 290 is asking angle 8. Angle 290, angle 8. They are vertically opposite angles. Angle 2 is equal to angle 8. They are vertically opposite angles. So what is angle 8? Angle 8 is nothing but 90 degrees. Okay, now angle 4 is 100 degrees. You have to find out angle 8. So angle 4 is 100. You have to find out angle 8. Angle 4 and angle 8 are exterior alternate angles. See, angle 4 and angle 8 are, it is exterior alternate angles. So what is angle 8? Angle 8 is nothing but 100 degrees. Okay, so these are the reasons we have given. This is completed. Yeah. So next problem is find the measure of angle x, y and z in the figure given that L is parallel to BC. See, L is parallel to BC. See, here this line L is parallel to BC. Then we say AB is a transversal. If L is parallel to BC, AB is a transversal, and we can also say like this: if L is parallel to BC, AC is also the transversal, right? L is parallel to BC, AB is a transversal. L is parallel to BC, AC is also transversal. Now first we will do is L is parallel to BC. See, as L is parallel to BC, we write AB is a transversal. AB is a transversal. So if AB is a transversal, we can say that 75 degrees and y degrees are alternate angles. Right? Now next comes, again I write L is parallel to BC, AC is a transversal. AC is a transversal. So we can say 45 degrees is equal to Z degrees, and this is alternate angles, right? We got this. Now how to find x? We have two methods to find x. One is you can apply angle sum property to find x, as we know y and z. Or what we can do is, L is a straight line, then 75 plus x plus 45 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. 5 plus 5, 10. 8 plus 4, 12. Plus x is equal to 180 degrees. So x is equal to 180 minus 120. So what is x is equal to? It is 60 degrees. So therefore what are the values we got? We write like this. Therefore x is equal to 60 degrees, y is equal to 75 degrees, and z is equal to, it is 45 degrees. Okay, so this is completed. Next problem. ABCD is a quadrilateral in which AB is parallel to DC and AD is parallel to BC. Find angle B and angle C. Angle B, angle C, angle D we have to find out. See. Now AB is parallel to CD, right? AB is parallel to CD, then we say the angles on the same side of a transversal, the sum of the angles on the same side of a transversal is 180 degrees. So what we do is, first we write AB is parallel to CD. See, AB is parallel to CD, then AD is a transversal. AD is a transversal. So sum of the angles on the same side of a transversal is 180 degrees. That is D plus 50 is equal to 180. So what is D? It is 180 minus 50. So angle D is how many degrees? It is 130 degrees. Right? Now after getting this D, we can find out C, because here one more pair of parallel lines is given, that is AD is parallel to BC. Okay, AD is parallel to BC. If AD is parallel to BC, then we say DC is the transversal. DC is the transversal. So if DC is the transversal, what we can say is angle D plus angle C is 180 degrees, because D and C will become the same side, that means interior angles and on the same side of a transversal. So their sum will be 180 degrees. So what is D? We have 130 degrees plus C is equal to 180. So what is C? It is 180 minus 130. So C will be 50 degrees. So we got D, we got C. Now we'll find out B. So how to find out B? Clearly B plus 50 is 180. We can use B plus 50 180 or C plus B is equal to 180. So if I use this, B plus 50 is equal to 180. So what is B? It is 180 minus 50. So B will become 130 degrees. Okay, so we got B, C, D. See, we got B, C, D. Okay, so this is completed. Next problem. In a given figure, L and M are intersected by a transversal N. Now, L is parallel to M. So, we have to check whether L and M are parallel lines. How to check whether L and M are parallel lines? See, if any one of the conditions in the transversal concept satisfies, then the lines are parallel. Transversal concept means what? If alternate angles are equal, the lines are parallel. If corresponding angles are equal, the lines are parallel. So here we have given two exterior angles. See, they are only exterior angles. They are not corresponding angles. So as the exterior angles are given, if the sum of interior angles is 180, then the lines are parallel. Similarly, if the sum of exterior angles 180, the lines are parallel. So what are the sum of the exterior angles? We have 100 degrees plus 80 degrees. So sum of these two exterior angles is 180 degrees. Therefore, we say L is parallel to M. Okay, this is completed. Next problem. Find angle A, B, C, D and E in the figure. Give the reason, right? So now here the symbol arrow denotes that the lines are parallel, right? The lines are parallel. So here A and 50 are alternate angles. That means see, A, B, C, D, if you take it as AB is parallel to CD, okay, and BC is the transversal, then A is equal to 50. Why they are equal? They are alternate angles. So angle A is equal to 50 degrees. It is, the reason is alternate angles. Then next, after that, see, this is a transversal. Okay, so you can put it as E. So here CD is parallel to EF and this DE is a transversal. Then we say B is equal to 50. It is alternate angles. Angle B is equal to 50. The reason is alternate angles, right? So we got B. Then B is equal to 50. The reason is alternate. This is alternate. Now after getting B, now we'll see about this C, this EF, and you take it as GH. So EF is parallel to GH. Then we can say C is equal to D, or we can say B is equal to C. See here, B and C are also alternate angles. So what is C? C is also 50 degrees. The reason is alternate angles. Then if, and in here C and D are alternate angles. Okay, C and D are alternate, D and D are alternate angles. So angle B is equal to 50 because see, angle B is 50 because these two are alternate angles. The reason is parallel lines and transversal, right? Then after that, after getting this B, we have B. Then now, these two are not parallel lines, but here these two are parallel lines, right? And this is transversal. See, ED and GF are parallel lines, and these two angles are equal. So here angle D is also 50 degrees. The reason is it is alternate angles, and here the lines IH and GF are parallel lines. So E is equal to 50, they are alternate angles. So E is equal to 50 degrees, they are alternate angles. So here all are alternate angles and they are equal. So all the angles are equal to 50 degrees.